I know some of y'all were very happy that she's not doing Unrivaled, as to stick it to the people who treated her poorly.
There's a lot of investors in this league. One investor, been trying to keep quiet about, his investment in the league ever since his comments that he made about a young rookie.
When you talk about greats in this game, the Michael Jordans and the Kobe Bryants and the Steph Currys, they are putting her in that category. The Diana Taurasi's.
Picture this, you're Caitlin Clark. You've just signed a deal that makes you the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. You're on top of the mountain, living the dream, but then you step onto the court and suddenly it feels like everyone's out to get you. The cheers of fans are mixed with the grumbles of fellow players. Your own sponsor, Nike, is oddly quiet. As the ball leaves your hands for another perfect three-pointer, you can't help but wonder, is this what success really feels like? You know what's crazy? Caitlin Clark isn't just good at basketball. She's changing the whole game. This rookie's got everyone talking, and it's not just because of her skills on the court. Let's talk about this deal she just signed. It's not your average rookie contract, not even close. Imagine being the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. That's Clark right now. Only Simone Biles, Vinicius Jr, and LeBron James are ahead of her. That's some serious company for a WNBA rookie. But here's where it gets wild. Her deal with Wilson Sporting Goods and High is worth a mind-blowing $13 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. Billion with a B. Clark's not just selling jerseys, she's selling out entire arenas.
See how Unrivaled does without Caitlin Clark. They could still succeed, but we know what it would have meant if they had secured her on one of those rosters.
Career that Caitlin had ignited a tremendous amount of attention, incredible phenomenon that very rarely happens, and it's certainly
first part about new fans. They have no perspective. There's no context. So they just say ridiculous nonsense.
When Wilson released those Clark-inspired basketballs, gone in 40 minutes, tens of thousands of them, just like that. It's like everyone wants a piece of Caitlin Clark. But here's where things get complicated. Some of the other players aren't too happy about all this attention. You've got veterans who've been in the league for years, grinding it out, and suddenly this rookie is everywhere. It's causing some tension in the locker rooms. Even Nike, who you'd think would be all over this, is weirdly quiet. They're not promoting Clark like you'd expect. Some people are wondering what's up with that. Is it because they're trying to keep their other athletes happy? Charles Barkley's not having any of it. He's calling out the WNBA players, saying their reactions are just petty jealousy. He thinks they should be embracing Clark's success instead of getting upset about it.
But I'm proud of the growth of the Indiana Fever. Excited, about the future of the Indiana Fever.
Yes, we are. We're definitely in a position, and I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
Provided me a lot of grace, but always was there to be a shoulder to lean on and to really help me. I feel like I can continue to show up and be the same person that I am.
So why are WNBA players so upset about Caitlin's success? It's complicated. On one hand, Clark's bringing more attention to the league than ever before. More fans, more ticket sales, more eyes on the game. That's good for everyone, right? But on the other hand, it's hard to watch a rookie come in and instantly become the face of the league when you've been working for years to build your own career. But this is just the start of Caitlin Clark's wild ride. You won't believe what happened next on the court. Things are about to get even crazier for the $13 billion rookie. So Caitlin Clark's got a $13 billion deal, but money can't buy you love on the court. In fact, it might just get you the opposite. Clark's facing a kind of pressure that's unheard of for rookies. But is it just tough defense, or is something else going on here? Picture this. Clark steps onto the court and suddenly it's like she's got a giant target painted on her back.
Giving Caitlin, the kind of props that she deserves for bringing all these eyeballs and, the Caitlin Clark effect that we talk about, viewership, money, all of those things.
Obviously, we see her shooting, we see her passing, we see all that stuff on the floor, but a lot of that comes from a lot of hard work. She's in the gym almost all the time working on her game.
We're not talking about normal rookie treatment here. Defenses are picking her up 94 feet from the basket. That's basically the entire length of the court. It's like they're saying, you want to play? Fine, but we're not giving you an inch. And here's where it gets really wild. A whopping 17% of all flagrant fouls in the league have been against Clark. Just her. That's not normal, folks. It's gotten so bad that Clark's been showing up with visible bruises. People are sharing pictures on social media, and it's not pretty. Now, some folks are saying it's just tough defense.
The rest of the team starts to feel like that as well. So they're dangerous not because of what Caitlin does, but what somebody like her.
Make the most of Caitlin Clark not playing by hinting everything and basically making people think that Caitlin Clark was going to play.
You know, welcome to the big leagues and all that. But others, they're calling it what it looks like. Straight up targeting. And we're not talking about random Twitter users here. We've got big names speaking out. Dick Vitale, the legendary basketball analyst, isn't mincing words. He's saying the treatment that Caitlin Clark has been getting is not basketball. He wants the league to crack down hard, with suspensions and heavy fines. Gino Auriemma, one of the most respected coaches in the game, is comparing Clark's situation to NBA legends. He's saying, I don't remember when Jordan came into the NBA, guys looking to go out and beat him up. You know, even team officials are getting fired up. After a particularly nasty flagrant foul by Chennedy Carter, the Indiana Fever's general manager, Lynn Dunn, let loose. She said there's a big difference between tough defense and targeting, and it needs to stop. But here's the thing, Clark isn't backing down. She's not just taking the hits, she's clapping back, getting in faces.
Like, she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. It's funny to listen to the Fever management moan about physical fouls whenever, anytime I moan about.
She's made it clear she feels like opponents are getting away with things they wouldn't try on other players. So, is Caitlin Clark getting special treatment on the court? It sure looks like it, but not the kind anyone would want. The question now is, can Clark handle this pressure and live up to all the hype? With the eyes of the basketball world on her and opponents gunning for her every game, she's facing a challenge that goes way beyond just putting the ball in the hoop. Here's the thing, Caitlin Clark isn't just changing her own game, she's changing the entire WNBA. You know what's crazy? She's become this huge role model, inspiring the next generation of players. It's like she's showing everyone what's possible in women's basketball. But it's not just about Clark. Her success is making teams and players rethink how they value themselves. Imagine this.
But Clark has all the leverage in this situation, and I'm not saying she flexed it, but she was comfortable enough in her position.
The way they transcend their team even, you know, it's like there isn't anything they think they can't do.
Suddenly, female athletes are seeing what they could be worth. It's like Clark opened this door, and now everyone's trying to figure out how to walk through it. So whether you're Team Clark or not, you can't deny she's shaking things up. The big question is, what happens next? Is this the start of a whole new era for the WNBA? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be wild to watch.